Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where we have a couple of special guests here in the studio, and our good friend Morgan Washam stopped by. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes,
Glad to be here.
We're so happy to have you here, and you have on your Neil Young shirt.
I do. Neil Young and Promise of the Real. I got to see them in Cincinnati back in 2013, I think this show's from. I was up front, and that was a really nice evening.
Ooh, that would be cool.
It was one of the most special nights of my life, actually. I love seeing that.
Like one of those things that just kind of happens, and you're like, wow, I'll remember this forever.
Oh, I will, too. It was great. It was outstanding.
Yeah.
It was outstanding.
I get it. And, not that he's, the artist of the century, but I ended up somehow getting really close Buffett tickets one time. And nice. Had friends tell me that they were watching like the YouTube replay of it and that they were showing me up on the screen, which I didn't even know.
Nice.
And then I thought, oh my God, what was I doing?
Right.
I hope I didn't embarrass myself, but I was like,
yeah,
oh my God, that's so fun. Like, so, you remember that because I got some really cool pictures from that. So anyway, yeah, it's always fun to go to these concerts and remember it. And speaking of concerts, that's why you're here today.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about Jackson County Roots and something coming up in a couple of weeks.
It'll be a couple of weeks here on May 17th.
That's right. And we'll let you know all about that. But Adrian says we have to pay some bills. He gets mad at me if I don't pay bills.
Got to pay the bills.
Yes. So we'll be back in just a minute and talk with our good friend Morgan about Jackson County Roots.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with Morgan Washam. And how did you get out of school today? Did you call in sick?
No.
I won't tell on you.
No. I did get special approval
for
this absence today, but no, I was very grateful that they allowed me to come on today. So.
No, that's very good. And you, like everybody else, we all sound like we have a horse in our throat.
I do have a little horse in my throat. I've been sick prior to this week, I've been sick for about 3 weeks, just on and off, and just used my voice a little too much, and so I'm struggling a little bit. But this is the best I've sounded in 3 weeks, so I'll take it. But
we're gonna let you rest up before the concert. How's that?
Well, that sounds good.
No, I remember. Do you remember the commercial where the little boy said, "I feel like I have a porcupine in my throat,"
Yes.
And I was like, "Dude, I can so relate to you." Especially this time of the year. So
with the allergies, it's hard to escape it really once they kick in there. So I live in the trees, so that makes it difficult sometimes.
Exactly. But those pesky pines will get you every time. Okay, so Jackson County Roots coming up. A concert.
May 17th at Markay Cultural Arts Center there at the theater.
Love it.
And we're going to kick things off at 5 p.m. that day. We're going to have the Red Brush Band out. It's their 30th anniversary. They're headlining.
Oh, my gosh.
We're also going to have Wildwood Franklin out. I'm part of that group, of course, so I'm partial to them. And Ange McGillicuddy, Andy Milliken, some of you may know him as Andy Milliken, but that's his stage name, Ange McGillicuddy, and Dan Canterbury performs with him on harmonica and some other instruments, I believe. And so they're doing a duo. Then John Reister's coming up the way from Moorhead, and of course he is a luthier and makes his own violins, and they're all over the world now. And he's gonna show the audience some of those and do some old time music and some banjo and things, and have a nice presentation there. And then we're going to have Ethan Michael coming up the way, 93 from Oak Hill, and his family and the members of his family. I think his son Waylon will be with him, and others perhaps.
Love him.
And Evan Brown and his band are going to be there. And Evan kind of shares some musicians with Wildwood Franklin. So we have.
You'll be a little bit everywhere.
Yeah, we'll be a little everywhere. And then we've got Tyler Mannering filling out the bill, and it's Bird's son.
Okay.
Of course, so he's going to perform as well. So. But it'll be $20 in advance if you want to call the Markay box office, or you can go to markaytickets.org. It's $25 at the door. We're going to have brews there, courtesy of Sixth Sense Brewing Company.
Yep.
And I also want to mention our other sponsors while I'm at it. Always Construction Company, Iron City Pipe and Supply, and of course your Total Media. And it should be a great evening. Part of the proceeds from the show go to support the Markay. We kind of partner with them, and that's great to support their ongoing programming. But Jackson County Roots, we started it kind of as a way to kind of enhance the atmosphere of the entryway to the Apple Festival a few years back at the Lillian Jones, and we are coming back to the Lillian Jones this fall. I will say that. So at the Apple Festival,
you heard it here first.
You heard it here. It's happening. We turned it into a nonprofit org last year, and we were able to give a small donation to musicians in the schools. But this year we hope to do better than we did last year, and so proceeds from this will go to support musicians and programming in the schools, including the 100th Estedfod that's happening next year in Jackson schools. So I'm excited about that because the Estedfod was, a lot of kids don't like it because they're forced to sing, but for somebody that does like to sing or does have those abilities, that was a big part of what led me to want to write songs and sing. I love it. I mean, I think it's great. I still attend them. Whether my kids are involved or not, I still attend and go to them each year. So.
That's one of those things. We were talking about memories earlier, and I think back about the Estedfods and even I participated even when I didn't have to, like later on in life, like in junior high and stuff like that. They kind of made it an elective, but because I always enjoyed it, I thought it's one of those things that you're forced to do as a child, but you're better for it because you were forced to do it as a child.
Right.
Because public speaking is hard, and getting outside of your box is hard, and
for sure.
It forces you to do both.
And in some kids, it's very frightening experience, and I hear that from some people. Oh, I can't believe I had to do that. But at the same time, it builds those public speaking interpersonal skills. It builds. It builds confidence. I mean, if you get up there and you successfully do it, well, you discover, oh, I did this, and and that makes it that much easier maybe to go and conquer something else that was at the edge of your comfort zone. And so
I was like, I could see a kid being like, there is no way I'm going to get up there and throw up, or I'm going to get up there and forget my lines, and then they pull it off, and they're like, wow, I can do anything.
And of course, it's entertaining to watch the kids, and it's entertaining for the parents. And I like it now because they allow them to. When we were young, we had to do it solo.
Oh,
but now you're allowed to do ensembles, and I think that kind of eases some of the tension. I like that a lot. I think that's nice.
That's
that they let
good,
me do that.
and it's also fun. I feel like with the group that they can kind of get together and work on it together, come up with their own little thing. What was your favorite Estedfod song? Do you remember?
Oh, I'm thinking either, Old Dan Tucker, Lonesome Valley, or Big Rock Candy Mountain, or Don Gato the Pussycat.
Ooh, I don't remember that one.
Old Don Gato was a pussycat. On a high red roof, Don Gato sat. He went there to read a letter, meow, 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 where the reading light was better, meow, meow, meow. 'Twas a love note for Don Gato. I can't believe I remembered it today. It just came out. Well, I told you I enjoyed those times. So.
Yeah, I was trying to think back about my Estedfod songs. I remember singing Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
We did. That was one of them. I remember that.
That was one of them.
Yeah.
And there were always some fun ones. Scarborough Fair, I think I sang.
They usually had they usually had a couple songs to choose from each year. Yeah, when we did it, as I recall. But
no. So we digress.
But yes, I'm sorry. Memory lane, but
no, I think that is something that is a great testament to our Welsh culture. Listen, you can't get away from it if you live here. You're probably Welsh.
There's some or percentage,
some way.
Yes.
And no, I think it's a great thing that it still has continued on. And 100 years of it.
Yeah,
I think we were there for the first.
I'm starting to look like it, at least. That's what I'm told. But no, wasn't there for the first. But
not quite.
But at the same time, I mean, we're gonna donate to that, but as well to other projects that are going on with local young people in music. So that's that's what our goal is, and that's what we want. So please, we invite the public to please come out and support this.
Yes.
We're going to be having different fundraising mechanisms kind of creeping up as we go throughout the remainder of this year and into next year. But we hope you'll support this project, and we want to remember those that have made music in this community, that write songs, and we also want to inspire young people to continue to carry on these traditions and make their own traditions and find joy and give it to others through music.
And let's just be honest, and I think you and I talked about this the last time you stopped by, but, music is not cheap to make.
No.
You think, it's just a guy and a guitar and, you can write songs for free and whatever, but instruments are not cheap. Lessons are not cheap. There's a lot
of time involved, but between people are like, well, what's the difference in a DJ? And I'm not diminishing the value of a DJ or of a good DJ.
No, yeah.
But they're like, well, a musician takes so much time. I mean, from all the lessons and the practice,
sure,
and getting together, and there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes to produce the final product that you see when a group performs. I mean, and can some people not perform and then wing it? Yeah, I mean, my guys do that sometimes, but we've been performing for, I hate to say tens of years. It's starting to seem like that, but
decades.
Yes,
gosh.
but at the same time, I mean, it's there's a lot that goes into it, and and a lot that people don't see, and that's the thing. But I think it's it's very rewarding, and I invite. A lot of people think it's too late. We were just talking in the other studio about Matt was saying that, he tried to pick up a guitar and it was never his thing, but it's not too late ever to pick up an instrument and try it out. I mean, 15 minutes a day will really take you further than you believe in 6 months' time. I mean, and that's something that I hope people will break the barrier and live at the edge of their comfort zone and make the time, because there is time. There's more time than you think, and you got to carve it out.
Oh, you have time. You just have to choose it.
That's right.
And how therapeutic is music, right? So it seems as if that's win-win for everybody.
For sure. And it's all about, to me, music is all about the joy. It can comfort you at a time of sadness, but still, it's I think of the passion that it takes for someone to make that music, and it comes from their soul, and that's what inspires me about it. I love it. And
sure.
It's just, so that's and hopefully I can give a little bit of that to somebody else.
And I hope so, and I love that you're a focus is helping our local youth pick up those instruments, because there's a lot of kids out there that would never have the opportunity
right.
if not for some help.
Right. And and it's a little more difficult these days, I think, maybe to get that spark, perhaps because there's so many more distractions these days than there were when we were young.
We had to, create our own fun.
Right, and music was that for a lot of, myself included, but a lot of people, I'm sure. But nowadays, there's, I find these video games, and I like video games. I'm nothing against you if you like video games, but it just seems like that gets in the way of a lot. As a teacher, I see that because I teach kids in an academic setting,
sure,
and I find that to be a barrier in all facets and all domains of academics. I find that is a ongoing distraction, and I just feel like I almost wish, I'm going to say this, we're on TV, I'm going to say this, I wish they make a lot of silly laws. They ought to make, and they make a lot of silly laws about electronic gadgets. They ought to make a law that those systems shut down at like a certain time, or can be programmed, and maybe they can, but it should be much more simple for the parent to shut them down, because there's kids staying up all night playing these games and then trying to come and learn at our schools.
Yes.
And that's a major issue. And I feel like that's something that we need to address as a national community, because I think it's affecting children's learning and their development. And so I just wanted to say that from Ed, I guess, since, because I see it every day, and it's having an impact and a negative impact. And I think that's something, not that it's the same as cigarettes, but the cigarette manufacturers had to end up being responsible for what was going on there. And I think there's some social responsibility in that too. And I think there's nothing wrong with that, and acknowledging it.
And I think what's bothersome to me too is I've always been somebody that I need quiet time. Right. I need to be by myself for 15 minutes and
reset, or
Yeah,
just clear.
like literally, like I just need everybody to get away from me for a minute.
Right.
I need to just shut it down for a second.
Understand.
And with the video games, I do feel as if the brains are never able to relax. Like there's so much stimulation that they're never able to just get that like relaxation and rest.
Well, I always make the analogy to my kiddos because they like to, when we're done with our work, sometimes they like to try to play games on their computers at school. And I say, kids, I said, what about your computer? I said, what happens if you don't recharge your computer? Well,
Right.
it'll die. I'm not going to be able to use it. I'm like, well, the same thing is true with you, and you have to
For your
recharge your
body.
batteries
Yeah.
at night, and you need that sleep,
Yeah.
and so you can function properly. And so I try to get through to them, but kids are kids. So
I know, and that's a whole other situation that we could do lots
Right,
of shows
right.
about. But I get that picking up an instrument might be a perfect alternative
act. That's what I was going to say. Perfect alternative activity.
Sitting and playing video
Well,
games.
because these kids spend hours upon hours, and
And there's
I'm
nothing
saying
wrong
like
with video games
right,
at
but,
all. I
but
mean, there's
think,
listen, kids are going to college and stuff on scholarships for this
Well, right,
stuff.
right.
Like that is cool.
but at the same time, I mean, devoting more time to video games than your core academic studies or
sleep.
Or sleep, that becomes problematic, and so I guess that's the issue. But hopefully, there's the conversations there. Maybe people might care about that and think it's important, and that's why I brought it up. So.
Oh, I think that's great. So, all right. So let's Roots. Let's talk about the concert for a minute. And
Okay.
You mentioned the Red Brush Band,
Yes.
and if y'all haven't hung out with the Red Brush Band in any way, shape, or form, you have been missing out. Probably, I don't know, arguably the most talented musicians in our area.
Oh, they've been doing it forever, and of course, their grandfather wrote the Out of the Red Brush novel, and
Unbelievable.
And then they took that and adapted it to the play, and then they went, and Dwight and Woot Allen went on the road with them and produced the music for that play, and
Unbelievable.
And of course, Dwight passed there. I believe it was maybe 2009 or 2000.
I know, way too early.
But but Alan's carrying on the tradition, and they've got Jeremy Sharp and Tammy Sharp playing the bass, Jeremy on the mandolin, and they've got Art Gillum playing the dobro with them, and so they're carrying on the tradition. They sound to me, they sound as great as they've ever sounded, and so.
Unbelievable. And you said, what did you say, 30 years?
30 years is
30
their 30th
years
year.
of the Red Brush Band, and you're going to hear. I feel like that in the people that you mentioned, you kind of are a little bluegrassy, a little Americana.
Right, we're trying to blend it
bluesies.
into that folk vein because I think
Sure.
folk is typically is an oral tradition. The songs are passed down from one person to the other, and I think all of these genres that'll be featured there have a little bit of that spirit to it. And so, if not just folk. Oh, one other I didn't mention, Mitch Rose is performing as well.
Oh,
I
he
left him
is?
on. How could I
Okay.
leave? He was just in my house the other day.
Hi,
How could I
Mitch.
forget Mitch? That's what. But Mitch will be down from Columbus,
Yep.
and he is an actor and a songwriter, and he's in the past couple years has been performing. So we're happy to have him down again this year. So
Absolutely. So how long? So your concert's going to kick off at around 5.
yes, around
On
5
the
o'clock
17th.
on
you
the
said?
17th.
Okay,
yes.
May 17th. You can get those tickets at markaytickets.org.
Yes. Or you can call
So-
the box office. So, and I
Absolutely.
don't know the number off the top of my head. Maybe it's 577-3841. 740-577-3841. I think I'm correct on that. But
Okay.
if I'm not, sorry, whoever gets the wrong call.
And the great thing is you can just stop by the Markay and check it out as well. So
Yeah,
you can get those tickets right there.
You can get them at the door if you wish that day. It should be a very relaxed evening of music. There'll be a lot of banter, and they'll be with the crowd, and it's just a very relaxed atmosphere. I think anyone who comes out, there'll be something for anybody there, for any genre lover of music. I mean, Wildwood Franklin, our music blends from folk to like some of our stuff's like harder rock, even at points in time. But I think there's something for anyone there, and so hopefully, people can come out and have a great time, great evening of music.
Yeah, I think so. About how long do you anticipate the concert to last?
I'd say it'll last probably about 4 to 4
what I
hours.
was thinking.
4 hours or something like that.
So
but we'll
5 to
have
9.
many intermissions, so there'll be plenty of time to kind of get up and
You can move
stretch
around,
and talk and socialize and whatnot.
Absolutely, and there will be a lot of obviously changing in and out of artists and all that.
We try to keep it to a minimum. Usually, last year it seemed like we had about a 5 to 10 minute intermission between each act. So we'll try to keep it to that.
Very cool. And obviously, you mentioned the 6 Sense beers, but there will also be some other refreshments available.
Yeah, we'll have pop and chips and just simple snack
like
refreshments.
That.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So it will be a wonderful.
Water. Sorry, water.
That's helpful.
Water. Yeah, I want to
Water's
say that because
good.
some people are against the pop. I say pop because I'm such a pop drinker. But soda
Sinner.
for those Northerners.
Yeah, soda. Yeah, we Southerners call it pop.
Pop.
Yeah.
Or if you're real deep South, I guess it's Coke. But what kind of Coke do you want? That's what I heard at least. I don't know.
I've heard that too.
I don't know. I've not been too deep in the South. I guess I've been deep into Florida.
It's universal.
Yes.
Coke. Yeah.
Sprite Coke. Well, I shouldn't say too many.
I want clear Coke.
Clear
I don't know.
Coke. Yeah, I remember the clear pop.
Yeah. Didn't they make clear Coke at one time?
Like Crystal Pepsi or something
Something like that.
I think I was in junior high when that.
Yeah, that was just dumb.
Going on.
Like, stop trying to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Like, don't do it. But yeah, so Jackson County Roots, love what you're doing. You have started the nonprofit now, which means that you can help out a lot of local things and people along the way. So
we hope that'll keep growing, and and like I say, we will be back. I've talked to Ashley Aldrich there. We will be back at the Lillian Jones here this fall, so be looking for that as well. And I would also say check us out on Facebook, Jackson County Roots on Facebook, and please follow us there, and be looking for the schedule to be posted here this next week as far as the listing and timings for it. So if you can't make it to the whole show and you want to see your favorite act, you can stop out and pinpoint when to be there. So.
That is awesome. So, and you focus in on local artists too, and I think that really showcasing local folks.
We tried to bring, we've tried to bring some folks from out of town in the past, and we are. I mean, we like to bring folks back who have those roots. I mean, that's kind of the whole deal. That's the whole deal. People have roots from our area that make music and create songs. Because
God knows we have enough talented. That's that Welsh coming out in us again, isn't it? Have a lot of talent in this area, and hope that you all get out and support it. And thank you for what you're doing, because you're helping local youth, and also keeping the Markay help keep those lights on and all of that. Such a beautiful venue, and we're so blessed.
It's been such a beacon for our community. I have to say that. I mean, when I remember before when it was being renovated, and everyone had such high hopes that would be such a beacon for the revitalization of downtown Jackson, and I think it really has been. And it's it's very nice to have that in our community. We're so fortunate.
It is, absolutely.
So thank you, Southern Hills and Markay.
Yes, thank you to everybody that had their hand in that. All right, well, Morgan, is there anything else you would like to tell us about?
Not today, I think. That's about it. But we hope you guys will come out and support our project there and on May 17th. And I hope everybody has a great spring and slide into summer there. And hopefully it'll be a great times ahead for us. So.
We hope so, and we hope that your voice continues to improve.
Yeah, I appreciate
You're
that.
You're doing well.
It's better, but it's coming back. I couldn't have done this 2 weeks ago. So.
Well, you could have. It just would have been a little interesting.
A little bit rough.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we have some members of the Jackson's Women's Club here, and they are going to tell us about a fun yard sale they have.
Outstanding.
Speaking of fundraising, and some really, really cool items that they have this weekend. So
some great items at the yard sales. That's a good place to be. So
it is.
Wonderful.
It is. So we will be back in just a minute. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much, Jennifer, for having me.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Saturday, August 16th is Southern Rock Woodstock in the Gallipolis Fairgrounds. This event will feature 3 decades of original artists and legends, such as Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet. In light of this event, Total Media will be giving away 4 VIP tickets. For a chance to win these exclusive passes, comment your favorite Southern rock song, and our staff will vote on which one is the best. Good luck, and may the best man rock out.
All right, and we are back with our friends from the Jackson Women's Club. Is that right? Jackson
County Women's
Jackson
Club.
County Women's Club.
Yes.
Jackson County. Get that right, Jen. Sorry about that. But we have with us Ava Aldridge, right?
Yeah, Eva Aldridge.
Eva,
yes.
okay. And our good friend Sheryl is here, who actually is a member of the club.
I actually am a member of the club.
Yes,
Yeah.
she is.
So, okay, and if you don't remember the Jackson County Women's Club, they're the ones responsible for that delicious candy sale at Christmas time.
Yes.
So how did that all go before we get to the yard sale?
It went really good. We had one of our best years this year,
Yeah.
so it'll continue next year. So
Yeah, it was crazy. So I worked the sale for the first time because my first year, right?
Yeah.
And every time I would go in, there'd be more stuff that was sold out. And people would come in and say, well, do you have this? I'm like, sorry, it's all sold out. We just sold stuff so quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes, we're going to try to order a few more items extra next year because it's just things that were popular. But you can't always. It doesn't always work that way. You know, one year it might be peanut brittle.
It's hard to predict, isn't it?
Yeah, the next year might be chocolate covered peanuts. You know, you don't know.
You don't know what people are into this
no,
year.
you don't know. You don't know.
And every time I'd go home with stuff.
We always do.
The temptation is always there.
So we always gain our Christmas weight, you know.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't see me working in that candy store because it was just too much temptation. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the minute you walk in, it's just, you smell
Oh,
that good
it's
chocolate.
So good.
Just, yes.
And then you opened the Wellston location,
Yep.
a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah, we did that 2 years ago, and it's going to continue again next year. It's gone over really well.
Wildly successful.
Yes,
so
yes.
That's
I
awesome.
ran it this last year, and hoping to have a co-chairperson for that one up there because
Little help here.
a little help would be appreciated. Yes, but we do try to give a lot for different things in the community. Our big thing that we give is the 3 scholarships that we give, and we just had a meeting yesterday, and Sheryl was part of that. We've picked our scholarship people, but we can't give out their names.
We could tell you, but we'd have to kill you.
Yeah, we would.
Yeah.
So we don't. I don't know where to bury the bodies. So
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not that good, are we?
Not that good. But everybody will find out next week or the week after at the award ceremonies at the different schools. But we did
Very
give one
good.
to Wellston, one to Jackson, and one to Oak Hill, $1,000 scholarship, and we are talking about expanding some other things for next year. But besides that, we give to a lot of different things. We give to all the food pantries in the area. We give to the dog pound. We give to mobility management. Can you think of some more, Sheryl? Elizabeth's Hope. We do, yes. We volunteer some at Elizabeth's Hope. We'd like to have them get a hold of us and come and volunteer again some more. So
Oh, great.
yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about membership to the women's club and how you can become a part of it if anyone's out there thinking, well, I want to help or I want to do
Well,
that.
you know
That
what?
sounds fun.
When we were getting ready to move, and I needed to find friends because I was leaving all of my friends in California, and I'm like, I've got to find people. And it was actually before I got the job here at Total Media too, and so I happened upon the Women's Club on Facebook, and so I was actually following the Women's Club on Facebook for a couple of months prior to even getting here. And so my first meeting, I suddenly had 30 friends. And so it was,
Sure.
it felt so good. And it was funny because then working the Apple Festival and people were walking down the street and they're like, hey, Sheryl. And I had to put it in my mind, okay, where do I know this person from, kind of thing. But over the months and working the candy store and things like that, I feel like I actually have a friend system here in town, and very quickly too. So everybody's been very, very welcoming and
Yeah.
wonderful. So yeah.
I think that's a good testimony for somebody that's thinking about it, because you did move from clear across the country, knew nobody when you came here, not a soul, didn't even know what her house looked like. Nope. She bought it off the internet.
Oh, wow. You were trusting.
That's for a whole other show.
Well.
But no, I think that's really good that you came in and met these ladies and joined the club, and all's been great.
Yeah. We have our meetings every the second Tuesday of every month at La Rosa's in the buddy room that they have there.
Is that upstairs or downstairs?
It's upstairs.
Okay.
And it's that little room off to the side toward the front of the building.
About. Yeah.
And we just have our get together. It's the meeting starts at 6, but we like for people to come about 5:15, 5:30, order your food and mingle a little bit and talk, get to know each other.
Sure.
And everything. And then we
makes
have our
sense.
meetings and stuff. And we have a speaker every month. We have different people from different places come and talk to us, and lots of times once in a while we have somebody new. Sometimes we have the same ones back again, but we have really good speakers, interesting items that we talk about and listen to and stuff, and it really makes it nice.
Love that.
Yeah, educational.
See, you learned something too while you're at it.
Yes, we do.
Fellowship and learning.
Yes, it is. It is good. It is good. So, if anybody's interested, we are taking new members and stuff. We would like for you to come so we can meet you and see if you want to become a member.
We don't put you through an initiation. We don't circle your fat or anything.
No. Gosh, no. Oh, my gosh, no.
Haven't you heard all those horror stories of like sororities and all that stuff?
No, I've never heard of that.
No. We get together, we eat pizza and drink soda.
Yeah.
No.
Some of us eat salads because we're trying to get rid of that Christmas candy.
Right. It's a fair trade-off for the Christmas candy, right? Salad. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But anyway, it is a good thing, and I've enjoyed it. I've only been a member for 7 or 8 years, and we have members that have been members for 20, 30, probably 40 years, and it's just an ongoing thing. But we are always looking for new members.
Sure.
And like Cheryl's one of our new members, and she's worked out great. But it has been a pleasure,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys, or ladies, are doing a lot of good here in our community. And the way you do that is by doing some fundraisers like the candy store. But you all have something going on, this weekend?
Today and tomorrow. From 10 to 4, we are having a garage sale. So even if it rains, we will have the sale. It's located the first street behind Walmart. You turn right on Watts Blevins Road. It's where the semis go in to unload for Walmart, and also Montgomery Machine Shop's back there.
Right there by Montgomery Machine Shop.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it's the second house on the right, and there's parking across the street or on that side of the street. It might get a little congested, but shouldn't be that much because there's not a lot of through traffic or anything there. So everybody
good.
Come on out. We have all kinds of items. We have all kinds of Wilton cake pans, wedding cake pans, sheet cake pans, all kinds of cake decorating items and tips. We have a 1/4 of an inch crown stapler kit, Craftsman. We have a pass load pneumatic finish nailer, beer machine, microbrewery, if anybody wants to make their own beer. We have a food processor. Oh, I'm sorry. Food processor might already be gone. We had people stop in yesterday while we were setting up. So.
And you're not going to refuse some money if people are listen. You want to buy something, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, we had about 8 or 9 people stop in, and we told them, we said, we're really not open, but if you want to buy something, we'll take your money.
We'll take the money.
Yes. So we got Yeti mugs, plates and dishes,
Nice.
waffle iron, small deep fryer, sheet sets, blankets, throws, washcloths, books, all kinds of decorative items, lots of ducks. If you are into ducks, there are all kinds of ducks and stuff and geese and things at this thing.
Do you have any ceramic ones?
Yes, a lot of them. You need to come over them.
Wait, like the ones that go on the porch?
No, we don't. I have.
Okay.
There's 2 that's pretty big, but they're not the big.
Not the big ones.
Not the
ones you
dress
put
up.
the dress on.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Well, I knew someone looking for that.
Maybe you were going to start dressing up the.
If you have a big one, you can put these beside it and make sure that like they're babies and make them clothes.
Okay, that's the cutest thing ever. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
That you're going to start making clothes for porch ducks?
No, you will, because you're
Okay.
the crochet master.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Start crocheting little bonnets for
Yeah.
little porch ducks.
I'm just going to tell you, seasonal little bonnets for porch ducks.
Oh, that'd be great.
Cheryl's new thing.
Yeah, maybe you can do a crossbody purse even. You know, that would just.
Little fanny packs.
Yeah, there we go. But we have all kinds of things. There's wreaths.
We digress again. Sorry.
Yes. There's wreaths, picture frames, all kinds of paintings and pictures for the wall. There's puzzles. There's one twin air mattress. Lots of small calculators. And there's clothing, men's and women's, and some children's, mostly boys, clothing.
Okay.
And there's curling irons. There must be 10 or 12 curling irons.
Okay.
So if anybody's
Very good.
interested in something like that. And all kinds of knickknacks and bric-a-brac or whatever you want to call it for decorating items and stuff. I mean, there's just everything you can imagine. It's there. And there's one
All under one roof.
size 20 bicycle that is in really good shape sitting there. There's a treadmill. There's a small shelf for a wall to hold little tiny whatnots and things. Gosh, there's too much. I didn't even write down everything else I should have.
Yeah.
Well, Adrian has your video too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't we have something visual here to show everybody? Okay. So we can show that. Look at all those home decor items and pictures and things.
And this is the decorating items here, or
Cake stuff.
Cake decorating.
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
All kinds. They're Wilton and really
Oh my gosh,
good.
they look new.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Look
I
at
haven't
the
been over there yet. So
Oh,
see,
you
all
need
of that
to come,
stuff
Cheryl.
is so expensive new too.
This
so.
is all decorating items.
Oh
for
my
cakes
gosh.
and things. And then there's a tea set. That's the Yeti cups in the background there.
Okay. Oh, everybody should have a tea set.
That's the deep fryer. I'm not sure if it's still there or not. So we had a lot of really interested buyers yesterday. And we had really good prices. Like that went for like $5.
Oh my.
And there's a bread maker. This has got all different kinds of items on it. There's some car stuff, lights for
I see
decorating.
Christmas lights.
Yep.
Clothes.
And this is the clothes. There's not a whole lot. That's the men's. There's a women's, and then another rack of men's, which
Look how organized you are.
Some of those shirts are like $50 shirts, brand new, never worn. They're the untucked shirts with the shorter hemline and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'd buy some, but they're too small for my husband. So
That is books.
all
That's
kinds
awesome.
of books, all kinds of books for every kind of genre that you would want. I mean, just everything. Canisters. There's a couple of canister sets.
Here
we go.
Duck and goose.
Yes.
that one's pretty big, Jen.
It is. You're right.
Yep.
So cute.
Yeah.
Look at them. All the home decor stuff.
Maybe
Yeah.
My gosh, you guys just keep on going.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff. I didn't even take pictures of everything because it was getting to like 2.5 minutes, and I thought this is going to get too long.
Sunglasses.
Yes, all kinds of sunglasses,
Games.
There's just like a little bit of everything.
everything.
Yeah.
And that's a brand new DVD player, still in the box, never been used.
Awesome.
And our members all donated this stuff, and it is just,
Super cool.
yeah.
Very awesome.
Yeah, that was a really nice hat that just went past. That was like a hat when you're out mowing and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a really expensive hat, and I think we've got it for $3.
So our friends from Holzer would be very happy that we're just in talking about skin cancer.
Yes.
and that checking for that, and how hats are a huge defense toward that. So there you go.
I make my husband wear a hat when he goes out and mows because he always wears a ball cap, and I said that's not protecting your ears
Or your neck.
Or your
yes.
neck.
I said you don't want. So I buy him big hats, which he likes the woven ones, but I bought him one of the ones that you can dip in water And when you put it on, it's cooler on your head and stuff.
That makes sense.
So, but he doesn't like it as well. But he's torn up, I don't know how many of the woven hats because we got trees that hang low. And they tear his hat off, and he's mowed over to like a couple of them.
Honey, I mowed the hat again.
You have to go buy me a new one.
It could be worse. Eric actually mowed over one of the trees, one of the brand new trees that he had just put in.
Oh,
in
no.
the fall. He took out like an entire tree the other day on the brand new mower.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was very sad. He was like, I don't think it's going to come back. And I drove past him. I'm like, no, it's like this far from the ground. I'm like, I don't think that tree is coming back.
No, I don't
buddy.
think so, hon.
And he was like, I killed my tree. I'm like,
He'll have to go buy a new
I'm
one.
like, we can go buy another
That's
tree.
right.
It's okay.
It's that time of year you can. So.
And he's all, it was growing so well. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, tree.
If that was the only casualty from the new mower, I guess we're doing okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say so. You city slickers moving to the country, you're doing okay, Cheryl.
Well, he got a zero turn.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're hard to get used to.
And it scares me because of Mary's husband.
Yes.
And,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and so I'm like, oh my gosh. And so, yeah.
Yeah, we got a zero turn for the first time last year, and I still go the wrong way and everything else on it because it's just sometimes it defies logic. Like to me, I don't know
Which handle?
Yeah, like
Yeah. My
they're
husband's-
really great if you can get them. Yeah, once you get going on it. But.
He fought it, and we kept buying lawnmowers, and this is lawnmower number 7. And
Oh God!
so
Since you've moved here?
Since we've moved here, yes, it's lawnmower number 7. But everybody kept saying, well, you have too much land. You know, you have to do a zero turn. So they finally went and bought a zero turn.
It's just it's hard to stroke that check for them because they're very
Yes.
expensive. But
We have an acre and we have a regular lawnmower right now and it's still working fine. But my husband says when this one goes, I'm getting a zero turn.
Yep.
But he wants the one with the steering wheel.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't even know they had steering.
yeah, they do
yes.
make them with steering wheels.
I have no idea.
So
Yeah.
Now you know. You learn everything from the women's club.
Number 8 is coming up.
Oh, Lord.
Maybe he'll save a tree if he gets a steering wheel.
Don't even. No. And he actually asked me, so do you want to try it? I said, no. No, I really don't. That looks very complicated. It looks like it takes a lot of coordination. No. I'll stick with my little tractor.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are a little bit of a fight. You just gotta stop fighting them and let them do their thing.
Yeah.
So
Or take it slow and easy.
yeah, which is hard
Yeah.
because none of us have patience. But,
Yeah.
Well, very good. So okay, so back to the yard sale because
Yes.
that is your fundraiser this weekend. So today and tomorrow,
10 to 4.
10 to 4 at it's a house right by Montgomery Machine Shop, and it's inside the
second
garage.
house on the right when you turn onto Watts Blevins.
So if you turn onto McCarty Lane, which is the road that goes right beside Walmart, and you go past the J.C. or Jaffe building.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
It's the next right.
Next right, and you just go down that way. It's where the big flag is. Everybody knows that.
If you pass the big flag, you've gone too far.
There you go. So it is around that area, and help these ladies out because they do a lot of good. They help our local youth and a lot of other great people along the way.
Yep.
So thank
We'd appreciate
you.
anybody coming in and buying stuff off of us.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Well, girls, is there anything else you would like to talk about before we get to Pete Wilson?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Come see us.
Yes.
Second Tuesday of the month at La Rosa's.
Yes.
Come hang out with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fun. You just come and eat pizza and
Yep.
just hang out.
Pizza, pasta, salad.
Salad. Eat salad. If you really want to go to La Rosa's and eat salad.
I know.
I will give La Rosa's credit. They have some really good salads.
Their salads are wonderful.
Yeah,
I like their
they
chicken salad. It is really good.
I always get the Italian one. I forget what it's called.
Oh,
but
like an antipasto?
yes,
Or,
yes,
Okay.
that one. It's good.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, girls, you need to get back to your yard sale.
I know. I know.
So, all right. Well, Pete Wilson's waiting over in the wings, and so we're going to have another message or so, and we will be back with him in just a moment. Thanks for stopping by, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop. Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
Jackson, Ohio, are you planning for your family's financial future? Donnie Lucas, your local financial representative with the Western and Southern Life Insurance Company, is here for you in your hometown. He understands our community because he's invested in our community. Donnie will help you navigate planning for the unexpected or leaving a legacy with personalized service and solutions tailored for your financial needs. Insurance and financial products you can trust right here at home. Contact Donnie Lucas at 740-688-3145 or visit wslife.com/agent/G Lucas. The Western and Southern Life Insurance Company since 1888.
All right, and we are back with our good friend Pete Wilson, who is here to do the news.
Okay, well,
I feel like we need like a big fireworks introduction for you.
why is that?
Why not?
Okay, well, fireworks cost a lot of money.
Pete Wilson is here.
We do them on the holidays anyway. All right, well, I will say this. We were cracking last night. We were so spread out covering things in the community that we did some doubling up. So nobody had Thursday night off.
No, definitely not.
But anyway, of course, one of the big things happening is the start of the 41st annual Wild Turkey Festival.
Yes.
On the downtown streets of MacArthur. I'm not sure how much rain they got, but they did get started. There's just some of the people enjoying the opening ceremonies. That was at 5 o'clock up there in MacArthur. And one of the things that they did was have a ribbon cutting ceremony, which a lot of the festivals do, kind of symbolic to get going.
Yeah.
Let me identify those people because they are festival celebrities. On the left, we have two representatives of A.T. Hoy, which is the Grand Marshal. That's a business that provides transportation services. Specialized transportation services in several counties, but they're based in MacArthur. That is Dustin Hoy and Alina. I may say that right or I may not. It's A-L-I-N-A, Alina Hoy. And then you have the 2025 Little Miss candidate, Lillian Clare. You have 2024 Little Miss, Brenly French. Then you have the 2024 First Attendant, Grace Workman, and the 2024 Queen, which we know so well. She's making an announcement there, it looks like, Jessica Wells there on the far right. Festival got going last night. The big event after, the band, by the way, played, as they always do, the Vinton County Band under the direction of Avery Bamfield, who is the director. And the young lady out in front, since she's out in front with the baton, that was Maddie Zimmerman. So band played. Looks like it's not raining there. I don't know whether it rained later. We got a lot of it down this way, but
yes.
But they did get in the karaoke contest. One of the contestants who was really pouring her heart into her number was Abby Owings. And I only know Abby by name because she does some singing up in Vinton County. She sings at some of the public events like, the things they do at the courthouse, like the Memorial Day and the Veterans Day and like that. She sings the national anthem. Anyone who sings the national anthem, particularly if it's a cappella, they deserve some kind of medal.
You're not kidding.
So anyway, 19 contestants in the karaoke contest. Abby was one of them. Of course, the festival continues tonight, or actually today. Things open at noon. And it goes all the way through Sunday. 5 p.m. Sunday is the closing time. Tonight, if you want to head that way, they'll be introducing the 2025 Vinton County Wild Turkey Festival Queen and Little contestants. Remember, if you go back to the ribbon cutting picture, it was the 2024 royalty that was in there because we don't know who the 2025 royalty is yet.
Not yet.
They make us wait until 7 p.m. Saturday evening. They announce who the Queen is, who the attendants are, and then on Sunday they'll announce the new Little Miss and the attendants for her. And they also do Little Mr. Gobbler, Little Miss Gobblerette. They do those two things. And then they have a big baby contest on Sunday as well. So lots going on. Saturday, of course, is the big day. The parade in the evening always draws a lot of people. It's,
yes.
6 p.m. is the grand parade. And, of course, A.T. Hoy, Grand Marshal, the band. There'll be a couple of the staples of the parade. And then at 7 p.m. is when they will announce, the new royalty. And then after that, about 8 o'clock, the band Attaboy will perform.
Okay.
So a lot to do. And as a matter of fact, right now, when we get off Main Street TV, you can do this if you happen to be listening to us right now. Porter's Place is actually up there broadcasting live.
Oh,
that
okay.
is Porter's Place. That's our friend Porterhouse. And Jay Sny, rather.
Yes.
Jay Sny. Jay Snyder is his real name, but Jay Sny is kind of like his mic name. They are up there. They got up there early, 6 a.m. They were up there.
Oh, my
broadcasting
gosh.
on the streets there. I hope someone made them breakfast.
Yep.
And I think they're going to be there, my information says, till noon.
Okay.
So it's a long broadcast on WYRO. They're also on BYG out of Gallia County, WATH out of Athens.
Awesome.
So now they do their live show on WYRO. That is a new thing starting this week.
Okay.
So that is exciting. So the radio will be doing remote broadcasts on Saturday as well. And of course, the newspaper will be there every day in some form or other. Red
Sure.
Thompson Jr. was up there last night. He'll be up there tonight. And then Jeremiah Shaver will be up there for the big stuff on Saturday night. And I'll be up there on Sunday afternoon. So congratulations to everybody that is involved in that and making that happen. Last night, they had the National Day of Prayer, and I'm sure that they're happy that the decisions were made to make that indoors. At Jackson, it's been both indoors and outdoors. But we have a couple shots to show you from that. This is one of the pictures that I took last night at the Jackson National Day of Prayer. That was at the Jackson Area Family Activity Center. And that is Terry Kavanaugh in the center with his head bowed. And of course, you have a prayer circle there. He was one of the ones who did one of the themed prayers. I think his was for church leaders and such. And they did have a program where they had some speaking and some singing and some announcements. But part of it, a new format, was the prayer stations, where you went to the station of your choice, and there was a group prayer. That is John Hensler. He does so much in the community. He, in addition to being a Jackson County Commissioner, he is a pastor at Trinity Wesleyan Church. They're kind of on the south end of Jackson. And he is singing the national anthem a cappella right there.
Oh, boy.
So, that was good of him. He also read the proclamation from the county commissioners. And I think he ended up, he wasn't scheduled to, but I think he ended up doing one of the prayer circles because one person couldn't come.
Okay.
All right. That is Officer Jay. He is also the pastor of the Life Source Apostolic Church in Wellston. Keep that up there, Adrian, because I want to explain something about it. I ran up there for the second part of that, and he is, in addition to being Officer Jay and the chaplain for the Wellston Police Department, and of course the partner of K9, the famous K9 Blue, he's the pastor of the church, and he is the organizer of the Wellston Church Day of Prayer, which was actually the same time as the Jackson Day of Prayer. Both had great attendance. The way they ended the session up in Wellston, it was truly inspiring. I have to go to a lot of things, and it's easy.
Sure.
It's easy to get tired and a little jaded. But this was special. It was inspiring to anybody. I don't care what their faith is. What they did, and Officer Jay was one of them. They had some people on one of their last segments of the program. You see that big piece of poster there at the foot of the podium. It says, "Totally healed by the power of Jesus Christ." Well, they had a succession of people, not just Officer Jay, but others. I assume they were parishioners, or maybe they were just other people in Wellston or the Wellston area. But when they came up in front of the audience, on one side, it displayed problems that they had in their life at one point. It might have been an illness. It might have been drug addiction. It might have been depression.
Okay.
It might have been loneliness, whatever. It's some pretty serious things. They flipped it. And on the other side, like for Officer J, totally healed by the power of Jesus Christ, it was that they are well now. Mm-hmm. They have beat their problems, whether it was an illness, addiction, or whatever, and they attribute that to Jesus Christ and their faith in Jesus Christ. And they believe, that is what brought them through what was a very, very hard time. In Officer J's situation, I don't know when this was, but he was diagnosed with hepatitis at one time.
Oh, wow.
That's very serious and totally healed.
Yeah.
There was another lady who received a cancer diagnosis in 1998, and the prognosis was very bad. She turned out to be within, I'm not sure what the span was, cancer-free, and has not had any recurrence of cancer since she was first diagnosed. So a lot of things like that. So it was a nice service there. Vinton County has a National Day of Prayer normally, but the way it worked out, they did not have one this year. Here is one of the finales again. They had everybody come up on the stage who was in the program. They also had a singing group up here. You don't see everybody who was in the program, but you see a lot of the singing group there. It ended with everybody singing, including people out in the congregation, "How Great Thou Art," which is one of the great, Christian songs. It's a standard. And, they were singing it, and as you can see, their heart and soul was in it.
Yes.
So anyway, all that was last night. We will have some coverage that we'll have in next Wednesday's edition of the paper, but very, very nice events. Okay. Also, this is the last weekend to vote in person early for the primary election next Tuesday. I want to tell you the hours. It's open, both elections offices, and this is all across the state, but for us locally, it's the Jackson County Board of Elections office and the Vinton County Board of Elections office. They will be open all day to 7:30 p.m. tonight.
Okay.
Then tomorrow, Saturday, that's Saturday now, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and then Sunday, 1 p.m. to 5. Several years ago, they also had early in-person voting on Monday, the day before the election. They stopped that last year or the year before. So Sunday is your last chance for early in-person voting. Of course, you can do what we always used to have to do, go on Election Day, 7:30 to 7:30.
You're allowed to vote on Election Day.
6:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Yep.
I think I got that right. A 13-hour period there. So, we'll be telling you more what's on our local ballots Monday when we come back on Main Street TV.
Okay.
Okay. Also, want to remind you real quickly, we got Arbor Day ceremony program at Jackson's Manpower Park today. That's the City of Jackson's Tree Commission, where they planted some apple trees. I'm sure they'll have a nice program there. They did last year. Jeremiah Shaver will be there covering that. That is at noon today at Manpower Park. Also, want to tell you that the Jackson High School Bass Fishing Team is having their first ever boat show. They hope to make it an annual event. It will be down at Jackson High School Fieldhouse from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow. Vinton County Farmers Market is starting.
Oh,
Tomorrow
cool.
is their first day, right in the middle of the Turkey Festival. It's in the old Vinton County National Bank parking lot and drive-through. It will run. It will run. Each Saturday through October the 4th. That's the Vinton County Farmers Market starting tomorrow. In Oak Hill, the Acorn Spring Flea Market, which is their attempt to get vendors active out in the community. It will take place on the grounds of Etna Park there by the Village Building from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. There'll be the festival committee, who is organizing at the Festival Flags Committee, will be selling pre-sale ride passes. That group's worked so hard to raise money so they can have that Festival of Flags. Also, want to tell you this too. On Monday, May 5th, that's next Monday at 6:30 p.m. at the Hazlitt Mansion, there's going to be a group of Wellston area business owners who's going to get together. The topic, maybe getting a Chamber of Commerce going again in Wellston.
Oh, fun.
They have not had a chamber, I'm not sure how many years. I think, it's been 2 or 3, and it's actually been much longer because of the way time flies.
Time flies.
But there isn't one. A group called Main Street, which still exists, but it's not quite as big and active as it used to be. They kind of took the mantle of the chamber for a while, and now they're not as active. They're focusing more on developing, downtown Wellston in the historic district. The Ohilco Society does a lot, but they already, that's not their business. They do some of the events that Main Street used to do. But so there is a little bit of a void there. And so it could be, we could have a Wellston Chamber of Commerce coming.
Okay.
All right, and the Jackson Ironmen, by the way, are now 16-0.
Oh,
they defeated Chillicothe
awesome.
last night.
Way to go,
the
guys.
information I have from our sports editor, it was 14-0. So,
Wow.
anyway, we will see you out there at some of the events that we talked about,
Yes.
and we will talk more about the news of the weekend and other things we didn't get to on Monday.
That's right. And I do want to go over those election things that we have to vote on. Also, don't forget, Holzer is having that free skin cancer screening tomorrow from 9 a.m. to noon at the Holzer Clinic, Jackson. That's the one up on top of the hill on Pattonsville Road. No referral is needed. Appointments are preferred, but walk-ins are welcome. You can call for your free appointment. Basically, if you have a place on you or you just want to get checked out in general, they're doing this for free just as a service to the community. 740-395-8642 to make an appointment. But again, that's tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. to noon at the Holzer Clinic, Jackson. Free skin cancer screening. So that's a good thing that they're doing as well.
Absolutely. Okay.
All right. And we will do some election stuff on Monday?
We will.
Okay.
We do have some things on the ballot, so you should fulfill your democratic responsibility and go.
That's right. So we'll be back here on Monday. Some rain in the forecast over the weekend, but nothing too crazy. So we'll see you then. Thank you so much.
The show will go on
It
regardless.
will. You're right. Thanks to everyone that stopped by today, and thank you for watching. We'll see you back here on Monday. Bye-bye.